This review is of the Bonvoisin airflow anemometer, and I think maybe they rebranded it from Professional Instruments, which I think is actually its own brand, or maybe they bought it from Professional Instruments and then just rebranded it, because the only place I've been able to find the name Bonvoisin is with a sticker on the back and the stuff that comes inside of the carrying case, because the carrying case doesn't even say it. It just says Professional Instruments. So I really think that they bought this from Professional Instruments and branded it themselves. In fact, I really want to just look behind this sticker and see what it says, if anything, because it isn't even the right size. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that they got this off from Professional Instruments. And so anyways, it comes with this hard shell carrying case. So if you're going to be out in the wild or whatever, measuring the wind or working on HVAC, you have this to protect it, and that's nice. Admittedly, for me, it's not useful because I'm just doing computer fan testing at home. It comes with a data transfer cable, USB to micro. It also comes with 4 AAA Kendall batteries, and it has software that you can use to get the data onto your computer, instructions, and service card, although it's not really a service card because it tells you contact them if there's anything wrong, and it's a 1-year warranty, but they don't even give you information on how to contact them. So there's no phone number, no email, no website, nothing, except, on the back, yeah. Except for on the back where finally they give you the service email address, the Amazon store name, and there's a QR code as well. But, it's like, okay. So I'm guessing they're probably overseas in China. So yeah, and then, aside from all that stuff, we've got a protective rubber sleeve, and then in order to put the batteries in, it's pretty easy. Unlike the Protmex, you just open up the bag like that, slide your batteries in there, which is easier to put them in than take them out, as with many things. And I'm not really happy to have batteries. I would have preferred something I could just plug in, since I'm only using this at home, but oh well. So put back together, and there is a what do you call that? Oh, gosh, I forgot the name. Well, anyways, a screw hole to connect this to like a selfie stick or to a tripod. It's not ferrous material, so you can't actually just take a magnet and stick this against it and then stick it against the HVAC. You would actually have to glue it onto here, and so you could plunk it against the HVAC. So I'll just slip that on. Top end, I find it easier to put the top end in first and then push the bottom end in. At the very top here is the micro USB connector for transferring data to your computer. On the right hand side is the connector for the actual vane probe itself, which is mounted on a 150 millimeter telescoping tube, and this runs up inside, so it moves up through there as you extend this. So that's nice. Also, the vane blades are mounted at 45-degree angle. They're perfectly flat, so you can measure either side. It doesn't matter. I'm not sure about the mechanism for measuring that's used. My guess is that there are these holes in here like that, and that one, and that one. And my guess is that those holes are actually measuring the movement of the vanes somehow or other. I'm not really sure. I don't think that there is any device in the hub that's measuring, although I could be wrong because I can't see. There are wires coming out of the hub, so that may be where the temperature sensor is, though. Coming out of both sides. Okay. So anyways, yeah, so It is a kind of a comfortable grip. I think the ergonomics could be improved upon, but it's okay. At least the grip is somewhat soft and it's textured, so it's not easily going to slip out of your hands. Okay, so unfortunately with this product, you do have to use two hands if you can't put it down or put it on a tripod or stick it to an HVAC. So that is a bit of a drawback, I guess. I think there are better solutions. This has a lot of features, but not as many as the PropMax. So it can do airflow and velocity and temperature. I think it's just ambient temperature because it doesn't say that it is doing anything else. It doesn't have any options for switching between dew point and wet bulb and ambient like the PropMax does. It has most of the same functions, the basic functions otherwise. So I want you to see this. When I turn it on, you'll briefly see a meter at the top there. It's useless. I never see it because my fans aren't. The fans I've tested so far don't generally move fast enough, the air fast enough for it to appear, and I don't really see the point of it being there if it's not going to show when it's something that's low speed. It does show the temperature. I don't know why right now it's. Oh, I know why it's negative 29.3 because I unplugged the probe. Let me try plugging it in, and there we go. Now it's 27.5. So that's better. But anyways, you can hold the current reading. You can do maximum and minimum. You can also switch between velocity, which is VL shown on this side, and flow is shown on that side. You can turn on the backlight. You can switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit. You can also I don't remember what the read button is for. There's you can clear what's on the screen by pressing the reset clear button right there. You can record data by using the record, so you can later transfer to your device, like your computer. And then the start and next, I don't remember what that's about. Sample area set for setting a two-dimensional area, so you can use these numbers, and then when you're done, it's now set to that area. Also, we have a menu here. The menu functions for once you've got the area, the two-dimensional area set. And it's unfortunate it's not three-dimensional area because that would be much more useful. Once you've got that two-dimensional area set, you can then go ahead and measure airflow, and it gives you a small number of options here. So it puts it on looking for the maximum reading and at 2/3 volts. It also offers the possibility of seeing what the average airflow is, and that's it. Now, and that actually will show up right here in a very small number. Otherwise, for velocity, it doesn't do anything, which is, I think, kind of weird, but okay. I didn't actually test transferring data to my computer because I was testing it out, and I noticed some problems that I wanted to share with you. So, yeah. Despite all the nice things about this rebranded product, it does definitely have challenges. First of all, I noticed that when I didn't use the max min button, I would see higher readings than were shown when I used that button. So I don't understand how that could happen, but it definitely did happen. I also noticed that the readings were not consistent from one reading to the next of the same thing, even though the fan speed was set to a constant rate. The temperature sensor, which again, I'm not really sure where it's located in this. I'm assuming it's in the hub, but I'm not really sure, is picking up a temperature change. Now, I don't know if that temperature change is the friction inside the hub of the fan causing a temperature increase, which would make sense, or if it's because of friction inside of this hub, and that would not be a good thing. Once I got the fan speed up to high enough RPMs, then it ceased to increase in temperature and it would drop down. But as soon as I lowered the RPM, then it again would start climbing slowly back up. So I'm kind kind of concerned about that. They shouldn't. And I tried asking Bonvoisin on Amazon if that was because of friction in here or something else, and they didn't understand my question, so the answer didn't help. So let's see. When the velocity or airflow is very low, the blades can't pick up the air movement because they are flat and at a 45-degree angle. If the blades have been shaped to capture air with a concave area in them, that probably wouldn't have happened, but then you wouldn't be able to turn it in both directions. So if somehow that makes a difference to you, I don't know why, because, well, I suppose because it's contoured like this, you might want to turn it like that, depending on which hand you're using. Otherwise, it's going to be uncomfortable if you turn it the other way. I don't know. But honestly, it would be better if it was a one-directional thing with scooped blades on the vane. Although it's much better picking up low readings than Protmex is, it still lacks the degree of sensitivity needed to test PC fans at low RPM. And if you're measuring breezes, you'll probably find it a bit challenging too. I think that the vane is not mounted directly to a motor, but rather is mounted on the hub with possibly bearings. I can hear a slight noise as it spins. I'll show you. So a little ASMR there for you. I just don't know if that's bearings or if it's just rubbing the plastic of the vane is rubbing against the shaft, which would not be ideal. And unlike the Protmex, which when it gets to a low enough speed will just stop, this one continues to go, which suggests to me that it's not connected to a device that measures the movement, like in the Protmex. Let's see. One of the big problems with this is that they must have used a USB 1 cable on this. The transfer of data from the probe to the meter is very slow. It takes about 3-4 seconds for the current data to arrive here. And that means that if you're measuring and you don't know where exactly to place the vane, you're going to have to move it slowly and a little bit, and then wait for 3 to 4 seconds to see if it changes. If it does change it, then you wait until it stabilizes, and then you move it more, and you just keep on moving. I used up hours running my test on just one fan because of this cable problem. It shouldn't be happening, and it really decreases the value of this product. And I have to wonder if maybe the amount of resistance in here is part of the reason why the product gives inconsistent readings. I did not see the spikes that I saw with Protmex, which is good, but still, I can't trust the meter. Again, if you want to spend a lot of time with this in an HVAC, slowly moving it through the huge area that you have to measure to try and find the strongest air current, if you don't know where it is, you're going to spend a lot of time. I mean, it's just not worth it. It's not good at measuring wind from a distance of even 120 millimeters with my wind tunnel. From just inside of here all the way to here is 120. All the way out to here is 300 millimeters. It doesn't pick up anything at all over there when it's on a low speed. So that's another problem because of the non-contoured vanes, and it's frustrating because it makes it impossible for me again to determine the minimum velocity and airflow of the fan that I'm testing. So yeah, not wonderful. So that is pretty much it. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. You can do real-time transfer of data to a device. You can also download it later with the record button. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.